Consumer marketing, packaging innovations, and homes of the future. That and more on today's episode.
Want to know what's next? For over 2 decades, we've led the world's most influential brands to create the right products at the right time for tomorrow's consumer. This is WGSN's Client Questions Answered.
Hello, and welcome to the show where our experts from around the globe unpack your biggest challenges. I'm Carla Buzasi, President and CEO at WGSN. Let's dive straight in. Our first question today comes from a client asking, how do you plan targeting consumers when things are so changeable? Now we're going to head over to Sao Paulo for the answer to this and to hear from Ligia Barros, our head of WGSN Mindset LATAM. Over to you, Ligia.
So to plan targeting consumers in changeable times, it is crucial to be constantly paying attention to people. Things are changing fast, but there are always signs that a behavior change is happening. So it's essential to understand what your consumer is feeling, what needs are emerging, how that is manifesting, and also what does not make sense anymore. And then it's also important to act fast on those learnings and apply them. So brands that manage to keep being relevant even when things are so changeable, know their consumers very well, are ahead of their needs, and act immediately, taking risks and also learning from experience.
Amazing. Thank you, Ligia, for that answer. Now, our next question comes from a client who's asking, what are the biggest innovations coming out of the packaging industry that we need to know to make our packaging have less of an environmental impact? This is a great question that we're seeing coming up across multiple industries. And to answer it, I'm going to hand over to Emma Grace Bailey, who's a senior strategist on WGSN Beauty, but significantly a leading member of our sustainability board.
Remove or reduce your secondary packaging. It's simple, but it's effective, and it will save a brand money as well. Consumers are really starting to get frustrated with excessive packaging because they just don't want to dispose of it at home, where recycling services are fairly limited and, let's be honest, not that effective. Brands can appeal to this growing group of consumers by getting rid of outer boxes entirely and transferring product information to primary packs using QR codes for any information that doesn't quite fit. Consider if you need to ship a box within a box, and if you can redesign your primary packaging so it tessellates within shipping containers, protecting each other rather than requiring extra protective materials to arrive in one piece.
Really great insights there, I'm sure you will agree. So our final question for today comes from a client who's asking, post-pandemic, what are the major changes and how we will be living in our homes? Giving us their take on this topic is our expert, Gemma Roberti.
We've grown really fond of our homes. In many cases, we've given them a makeover to, accommodate more people at the same time with different needs. Not to mention also that many of us had to reevaluate what brings us happiness within the home. So we really need to make sure that our spaces are suited for this for the long term. Now we know what we need to make this work. And this means a growing demand for dedicated work and workout areas, no matter how small, flexible partitions, furniture, or even home fragrance used as a room divider for different activities. And the focus really needs to be on versatile, modular designs that optimize space saving and functionality.
We're also seeing that workplaces are adapting to a more fluid lifestyle between home and office, and these lines are increasingly getting blurred. That's it for this week. If you have any questions or comments you'd like answered, please pop them in the comments box for our team. I'm Carla Buzasi, and I'll see you again next time.